we can understand that even movies can target you. You get it? Man has a predatory nature. He inherited his nature back in the Garden of Eden when he had a choice to eat of all the trees and ignore the one in the midst of the garden. But instead, the weakest vessel, the weakest unit of the house was tempted first, and that was Eve, the woman. Before God given her a name, she was just woman. And she decided to pass along her mess to her husband. And now, because of the two of them, it is now on the human nature to sin. It's that sinful nature that allows you to know good and evil, and experience evil, and practice evil. But evil begets evil and equals evil. And the devil didn't do nothing except tempt you, and started this great big snowball, and it continues to roll, and now you're a slave to the thoughts and desires that comes into your heart. You are a slave to the thought. You just gotta go to the porn channel. You just gotta go out for the drink. Now you're a slave. You're controlled. Your nature is controlled by the inner thoughts. And some people just gotta say everything that comes to their mind out of their mouth without thinking. Just everything that comes on their mind, they gotta come out of their mouth because they don't know how to anticipate, to meditate, to sit down for a minute and keep your mouth closed and listen to somebody that can help you be something or do something with the great talents that you have. One of the presidential figures of today have said, I am where I am because someone invested into me. You are where you are because someone invested into you. You are where you are because someone invested into you or lacked investing into you. You're not where you are because someone failed to invest into you. But you are where you are because someone invested into you. Food can target you. The airlines and its tickets. That's why there's so many airlines targeted you. There's so much competition. Convenience stores targeted you. Why? Because they put themselves in a convenient location. Right in the neighborhood where it's often, you wouldn't be surprised if you heard there was a robbery. That's where convenience stores plants themselves, in places where you bring a gun, I got a gun behind the counter. You shoot yours, I shoot mine. They go over there and shoot the guy running out the door. I'll never forget this one station that needed assistance. They just couldn't figure out how their inventory was $2,000 or $2,400 short every month. The headquarters, the company said, this inventory shortage is too much. If something don't change, we're going to close the store down or rehire everyone in the store. Well, instead of doing that, you just hire someone to clean up the inventory. Find out why we got this $2,400 shortage. Not a problem. With some internal investigations, tracking proof, it was cut down in half after the investigation crew moved in and started stocking the shelves and putting things and running the store. It narrowed it down to 2 employees, the shortages. And it started narrowing it down from 1 person from the day and 1 person who was working at night. When you Narrowed it down to these two, and then one left, then the other left. And then from $2,400 shortages, it went down to $700, and that was within the range they wanted to see. That's good. The lowest it has ever been, and it stayed steady because someone overnight was giving the beer away. Someone overnight was drinking the beer in this convenience store. And that brought the inventory to a stability because they didn't know what was going to be the next inventory shortage. $2,400 was going to be the loss of the manager's job. Put it into this mess. Gas prices. Don't you, when you're driving, you're a predator? Watching the pennies. Some companies got you locked into the credit card to their company, so you have to go. I have to particularly look for this one gas station because I have a card that goes into that gas station's machine. But don't you even pay attention to gas prices? Because man has a predatory nature within him. Marriages. When you was looking for your spouse or for your lover, wasn't you predating? Wasn't you looking for the right one? Because man has a predator nature within him. None of this will happen in the next new heaven and the new earth. You wouldn't have to worry about looking for anything like this anymore. This will be over. All these issues that we have on this planet will be all over. It's coming. Nursing homes. Some of the nurses predate on your elderly, looking for the opportunity even when the elderly lose their teeth. They didn't lose their teeth. It was stolen. You can sell them things. When your grandma or your mother lost her watch at the nursing home. Some predates, lonely, elderly with no family, will leave their little bit that they have to some worker at the nursing home. And then they, of course, the parents die and leave stuff laying around that some folks just predate on the elderly. Some folks even hack into their account and try to take their social security numbers after they die and try to start opening accounts and getting houses with false documents from your elderly parents that you left there and didn't check on them. If it wasn't for marketing and selling, we wouldn't have this predatory nature. Well, what do you think we're doing? The predatory nature exists. I was even Jehovah's Witnesses predates on you. I was trying to change my clothes in a car one day. Just trying to, came out from work and was changing my clothes. I had a Jehovah's Witnesses stand at the door waiting, peeking in the window. I'm trying to change it. Can you excuse me? I know there's other people in the parking lot and you can pass out your watch tile paper. Can't you let me finish changing first? I mean, I tried to stretch it out a little longer, hoping that they'd catch the hint. What was supposed to take me 2 minutes to change, I was trying to stretch it out. I was taking 5, 8 minutes, and she just couldn't catch the hint. She was still standing at the door looking in the window as I was trying to look like I was trying to change. Can't you catch the hint? Go find somebody. You could have passed out 10 papers waiting on me to change my clothes. But they target you, baby.